All right, it's time for Media Watch now, and James Creedon is here with us in the studio. Hello,
Hi, Laura.
James. Good to see you. We're going to start with François Hollande's speech. We were just talking about it a moment ago, and he defended his record on the economy, of course. So this is traditionally what that platform is used for. He talked about lifting the state of emergency. He also, unfortunately for him, had to address recent media reports about the cost of his hairdresser.
That's right. So from his hairdresser to sort of common European defence and security policy, quite a broad spectrum of things to discuss. Let's take a look at this cartoon to start with, showing the Bastille Day celebrations, and it is of course a military parade at its very basis. You can see the military jets going across the sky there, and at the back of that little parade there you've got his hairdresser, coiffeur, there on the right.
This won't go away.
We'll come back to the coiffeur. Just a quick nod to an announcement which is closely linked to the Brexit announcement that France and Germany and Finland and other European countries are going to really press ahead on a common EU defence policy. German press also talking about that. We want more bang for our buck. We want to be more present in European defence spending and decision making. That's an announcement made by the German Minister for Defence,
German Defence Minister,
Ursula von der Leyen, saying, you know what, in the past the European Union was paralysed on questions of foreign policy and security policy because Britain was blocking that sort of unified EU defence approach. In any case, some saying now it's time to go full steam ahead on that, and that's one advantage of Brexit. But others saying, hold on a minute, that is going to require internal, what would you say, German, the green light from the German public, because it'll mean more spending on the military
NATO
in Germany.
might have something to say about it as well.
They might indeed. So it's certainly not as clear cut as all that.
It's something that's been mooted,
yet.
I think, in the past, but now they are talking about it a bit more with Brexit,
because,
of course.
Yes, so it's a big topic.
Staying with Brexit, Boris Johnson's appointment as Foreign Secretary, as we've been saying, has been greeted with bafflement in some cases and with outright shock in other cases.
It was really last night when the announcement came through. Twitter was just a stream of WTF, what? This can't be real. Are you serious? No, not possible. And, well, there he is. And the German foreign minister, I believe, said it was a monstrous decision, while the French foreign minister is being quoted as having called him a liar, which actually is a bit of a misquote. You can see it's being said across the board here. Jean-Marc Ayrault calling Boris Johnson a liar with his back against the wall.
Well, he said he had lied.
There you go. That is the accurate translation. He said he had lied a lot during the Brexit campaign. He didn't say in the present tense as a sort of a character judgment that he is a liar.
It's the same thing, isn't it? He's told lies and he is a liar. Somebody's splitting hairs there.
The nuances, I suppose. But there you go. Certainly not necessarily welcome news across the board. And of course, we were seeing yesterday a lot of people pointing to the fact that he'd been very undiplomatic in things he has said in the past, although that was in a past life as a journalist where he...
Well, that's the thing. He had a column in the Daily Telegraph.
Where you have to be a bit of a jock.
Exactly. There's kind of a conflict of interest being a politician and being a columnist.
Anyway, speaking of being undiplomatic, poor old Jean-Marc Ayrault put his foot in it as well today while he was being all high and mighty about Boris Johnson. He was referring to Aleppo in Syria being surrounded by Saddam Hussein's troops.
Oh, really?
He meant Bashar al-Assad.
Wow, a bit of a time warp there.
This is, I suppose, being the top diplomat, you have to be, I suppose, careful of your words. Others saying, well, what about the Mali of Muammar Gaddafi? Do we need to look after that as well? Anyway, that's people being a bit mean. It was just a slip of the tongue.
You'd be a politician these days.
That's right. Back to the hairdresser.
Yeah.
François Hollande said, don't even think about going there. That's basically what he said to the interviewers. Just leave me alone on this one. Stop.
Right, because this style of interview, you have two journalists talking to the president in a very grand position, and usually the journalists are quite deferential, aren't they? Monsieur le Président.
That's right. It's criticised for that often.
Yes, it is criticised, but today they did. They did.
Well, it was headlines across Europe on it. You have to. I mean, it couldn't be avoided. But he was saying, you know what? I didn't make this decision. I've been reducing spending across the board. So leave me alone. Many people on this one have been saying as well, seeing as Boris Johnson is so much in the news today. It was sort of the obvious connection. Could he not share the hairdresser in a sort of a gesture of European solidarity with Boris Johnson? Unlikely. And others saying maybe he took the job just so he could come over to Paris and have his hair done by François Hollande's hairdresser. That's also a completely
He's very proud of
ridiculous.
His hair, apparently.
Well, I bet you he dies it. Anyway, what about Donald Trump? Could he not do with the hairdresser too? I'll finish with this. It's a new publication in the UK, the new pop-up paper for the 48% the new European. I suppose this is showing how divided
Keeping a
Britain
link
is on
across
this
the
question.
channel.
That's right. And you can see that cartoon there saying he does sit, stay and fetch. Now I'm training him to roll over and accept Brexit. And the dog there not accepting Brexit. Do we have time for the cat? I think we don't have time for the cat.
No cat.
Oh, my computer's on the blink. Do you want to see the cat?
Yeah, go on.
I can't bring it up anyway. All right. There's a cat that won't go out the door. They open the door and the cat
Oh,
won't go
yeah.
out. You've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. You can look that up. All right, James. I'll have
I
to
don't
leave you and your
know, we'll
cat
have
there,
to,
I'm afraid.
Stubborn as a cat, actually, my computer. Anyway.
James Creedon
that.
with Media Watch. Thanks very much. Now.